to another tutorial using the Paintology drawing app from Google, and it's available for your Android phone and tablet. The one I have now is an Android phone, which I'm showing you. In fact, this is the one I've been using pretty much for the last few months. And as you can see, there's a drawing here that I've done. It looks pretty impressive, doesn't it? So this was one done yesterday, and we used an original reference image here, and then we made this painting. And so I have to tell you that this is not an image capture or image manipulation. This was all done by hand in the 2 hours that I sat with you guys yesterday, and it was shown how to, and by doing this, how to acquire art techniques. And art techniques is something which most beginners do not have familiarity with, and the reason for that is because they're learning, they don't have it, they don't have that knowledge. Unless you push yourself to understand the tools you're using, you really are not going to make much progress. And majority of people sadly fall into that category, and a very handful, small minority, will understand the properties and take it a lot further than most beginners. So this applies to any art mediums. In the digital medium, majority do not know art techniques, so they are subservient to the tools they use. So they want tools to do everything except make a cup of coffee, I think. And so you're not going to learn techniques that way. If you really want to learn techniques, just like the YouTubers that you admire, who create masterpieces of artwork using pretty much the same tools that you and I have, access to, but they still yet go well beyond the most people's ability, and they do that not because they're born with a painting brush in their mouth, because they learned the art techniques. And these are the very techniques I am going to show you. And Paintology, this is why Paintology is far different to other drawing apps, in case you compare it with the other drawing. And if you come with that mindset that you're looking for all these tools except to make coffee in your drawing, then you've probably come to the wrong place. You're going to have to come with the understanding that you're going to learn techniques. And the way you do that is, it's a lovely painting, isn't it? It reminds me of David Hockney's style of painting. If you come to the home page of the Paintology app, go straight to the tutorials and then start doing paint by numbers. Here, you can see many paint by numbers. You just go in there. And then the video, some of them are associated with video 3. Go up here, change the brush size. Very easy. This drawing teaches you the muscles required for drawing, and it's so much fun, I tell you. Yeah. You can change the brush size to really get into the nook and cranny. And you can have hours of fun like this. And it's got videos as well, so you can pause the video. You'll see anything with the video like this, for example. So it's got the video here, and it shows you here. And you can follow along with it. And then use that toggle button to do yours. Alright, there you are. And then you can go back to your button again. This is just one of many of these categories to teach you fundamental art techniques. So just keep that in mind. That's the reason why it's put at the top there. Not Don't just dive into draw, start comparing with other drawing apps with the limited amount of information you have, and then make a judgment that way. You're not going to learn anything. You can do that, but you should know that to learn a skill, you need to keep the mind open and and remove any baggage or prejudice, premature thinking that comes with everything. Talking to other beginner artists as well. Don't talk to beginner artists. Talk to advanced, very advanced artists. They probably won't have the time to teach you unless you pay them. But luckily, you have me here. It's free of charge for everything currently, so take advantage of it. All right, so let me show you a few resources quickly. So you should bookmark these pages and also follow me on the pages. First of all, Paintology.com. This is the website that supports everything going on the app. It has a blog, and this blog has got hundreds of articles related to drawing art because I have both. I have all medium experience: acrylic, watercolors, charcoal, and a lot of my paintings hang on the walls of people. So trust me when I say I'm pretty good. You have to see my artwork. And then I turned to digital about 5 years ago, and that's the reason why I brought out Pentology, because people are lacking these art techniques. So the app is there to teach you, ground you in these fundamental core skills, which in my opinion, traditional drawing has failed to do unless you really take a increased passion in that area. So go to when you're on the home page, go to daily step-by-step video tutorials button, and you'll come to this page. Yeah, this is the book page. You also want to bookmark. You can see here, 6th of December, snow landscape realistic drawing. So let's open the reference image. This is the painting we're going to do. You may not know this, but I manipulated this image, and I'll talk about it when I get to it. So I've downloaded the image ready for painting, okay? And then you can see I'm on the part 1 Paintology 8 GMT, and part 2 will follow an hour after that, but we usually have 5-10 minutes break, for before you do the second part, and we may do the same here. I haven't got a completed drawing, as you can see, but you can see previous day I have a completed drawing. Goes back all the way. This is famous James Whistler's Thames in Ice in the previous century. A prolific artist at that time. Many, many examples. Rembrandt, okay, self-portrait. Pablo Picasso, you must have seen it, sold for 40 million, I think, in 1950. It's an enormous price for that. So this is Pablo Picasso. There's Constables, and many, many. It goes all the way back. It will keep you entertained, and for long, all of them come with the live tutorials. So I don't think there is any resource available anywhere where they're going to offer you all these free classes. Eventually, I have to monetize this, so I'll probably turn that into membership. But in the meantime, you can enjoy what you hear. The app is free. Everything's pretty much free, including the Google Classroom, which you will find in the link in the description. So let's go ahead and look at another resource. This is the paintology.quora.com. So what you want to do with this here is the paintology.quora.com. You want to follow me on here. because this has very important date. It goes all the way back a few years. I've been updating it. You can see here I'm going to do this drawing. So I always put something up on a daily basis, and you can learn anything new that's going on. See all the drawings, go back. The ones I've shown you go all the way back. This is Cézanne painting, okay? And also I've answered 1,500 questions in the last 7 years on Quora related to art. So you can follow me there as well. So follow me on the Quora, paintology.quora, that'll be a big help. And also the my actual profile. Okay, so let's see, what else is there? Apart from the Google Classroom, all free. And just keep in mind, this is not teaching you about many other apps that people show, which is pretty much tool-based. They all go and turn to the tools, how to use the app. This is not for this. This classroom has been designed to teach you fundamentals, improve your skills and rapidly in drawing and painting, the appreciation of tones and values, volume, shape, perspective, and it does so with the modern digital tools we have. I don't look at the digital drawing tools like the way you do, and you'll see why. And that's why my artwork is always mistaken for having done untraditional. And nobody, I don't think, in this world has ever told me that this was done digitally. And there's a good reason for that. And the reason is because when people create artwork, they use digital tools, autocorrection. As soon as you use line correction, it's digital. And everyone knows it's digital. It's because it's too perfect. The lines are too... Human doesn't do that. But when you look at mine, I don't use autocorrection. I use everything by hand. And if you think that's going to slow me down, you're quite mistaken. I am probably faster than most other digital artists in the same type of drawing, probably in the fine arts particularly, are probably about over 10 times faster. You know, I can show you a few of my examples in my videos. Let's go here. This is the phone I'm using to draw. You can see I got the famous Mona Lisa, and I managed to make it smile a little bit more compared to the previous one. And then the original. And then I want to show you, these are all the drawings I've done. You know, there's plenty here too. These are videos of it. All you do is search your famous Marchiello, right? It uses airbrush, hundreds of traditional tools to make an emerald, whereas I use the same thing I do on my Galaxy tablet. And then recently, I've been getting so much better. It's a freehand drawing on my phone. I've been using my phone recently. So you can see all this. This one done pencil drawing, isn't it? Just looks like a pencil drawing, isn't it? It was done with a shade brush in freehand. So the way I'm showing you is in trace mode, but there's a reason for that, because you haven't come here to just watch me paint and draw. I hope not. I hope you've come here to learn, because that's what it's designed for. But you can watch me paint and draw just to convince yourself that this skill can be learnt by anyone if they put sufficient effort and passion into it. But so that's the whole idea of these tutorials, not to show off. I've gone way beyond what most people consider digital art, so I don't have to show off. You can see all my videos if you're not convinced. And some of you think that I'm image manipulating as well. Well, that's very flattering, but I'm sorry to tell you it is done by hand. So let's have a look at this drawing we're going to do. The big cabin. This was the actual original painting, and you'll be surprised. You're probably thinking, this was not the image that you showed us last time. So what happened? Yep, some of you are paying attention will be absolutely spot on that, because what I've done is I wanted to make the mountains appear more menacing, more powerful in this image. So I put it through my GIMP. GIMP is like Photoshop, and I've cropped the shed. It's not a very pleasing shell. This picture is good, but I could make it better. So I thought I wanted more of the mountain scene, so I took that out. Then I actually pasted the foreground until I got a picture where I could find another cabin online, and then I put the cabin online there. You'll see it. Let's go ahead over to the drawing. So you can use a finger or your stylus. I use a stylus because it's more comfortable for me to get around really quickly. Finger, I've made some fine paintings with fingers, and you can see them in the live streams as well. So let's go draw, trace image, and then this one. There. Do you see it? Do you see what I did? It's quite interesting. Some of you will probably know what I did. I cropped some of the green and the part of the lake, and then I just kept pasting until it looked like I've got the whole screen there. And then I copied that cabin, cropped the cabin out from another picture and pasted it on a PNG file. I think that looks better, doesn't it? Gives them more, and then we might do interesting stuff to it. But let's first get on with this, and then we'll show you how. I think the last one, yesterday's, I used the line brush. So I'm going to still use the line brush. So I'm going to get this. This is my drawing canvas. Nothing there at the moment. You can see here. And people get shocked when they realize that how do you get from a blank canvas to here? Which is, I can understand why people would say that. How do I get there? Well, that's the part of the techniques, mate. If you're wanting the tools to take you there, you're still at the ground level. You haven't even nudged one bit up. And here I'm going to show you through some techniques and methods that have been designed exactly for that. Block coloring, which I invented over a year ago. And you could look up block coloring. It doesn't say anything about the way I paint or anything. You'll find nobody else uses that terminology. It's used elsewhere, but block coloring is something I call it because it's like paint by numbers, supercharged. Yeah. So the way it works is, let's say you want to paint this, right? And I'm going to go through it exactly like I did yesterday. I think that was very helpful. So when I'm in the top half here, I'm going to stick to the line brush. Okay, that's what I used yesterday. And in the top half here, I'm picking colors from the reference image. So let me do that. Let's pick a color that we can use for the sky. What do you say about, how about we use what do you think, darker color? All right, let's use this color. Right, so I picked the reference image of this color. Okay, and then I'm just going to simply ignore the clouds, go around the mountain, same color. That's all I'm doing. Okay, I'm going to show you the same technique. That's the cloud, sorry. So I need to go towards the mountain. So there you are. So all I did was this color picker, which is I call the infinite color pot. So it's not picking up all the variations of the color and copying it and transferring it like this. It's not. It's actually picked one color here. this color. Just picked one color. I might have picked the color picker again, but I'll ignore that for the time being. Yeah. So now we got. Look at the broad there. There's that blue. Let's capture some of that blue. So I've got the blue here, and I'm going to paint where the blue is here. So I've used the color picker to find the blue. And then use the blue. There, that's it. Go around the cabin. Because this cabin is a bit of an important secondary thing that plays a role in this whole painting. Okay, there you are. So get that same blue color. Let's look at our drawing. There, yeah. Now we're gonna pick this green there. Look at that. So we got the green. I just, whenever I pick a color picker, remember you have to be on the top half to pick the colors off the reference image. Color picker, then land, and then it will assume that color that you've got there. This is the power of block coloring, and I'll show you more of that as I get there. Pick the color picker again, because the green on this is a little bit stronger, and then there's another green. Let's just put these green there. Okay, and then I'm going to pick the color picker and pick this green here. And then we've got a variation of green going on, isn't it? Okay, let's have a look. There, a couple of greens here. And then remember, this is an infinite color pot. You don't have to mix colors or anything like that. There, this is a darker green, that's the bush. Comprises of the grass in the foreground. So I'm just doing. And then let's pick that color. There, let's see what we have here. Excellent. And now, this is exactly like traditional. Let's get a little bit smart. And let's pick this color, these mountain colors that are running all the way here. Okay, there. And then let's pick these colors that are happening in the mountains. Can you see the variations of color? This is really teaches you important. See, I'm picking colors now automatically based on color picker, and I'll pick the colors of this area and pick this colors there. And then I got another darker tone patch. Let's pick that. And then you can see the snowy patch here. Let's pick that. It looks white, but it's in fact not really white. And then let's pick an orange patch there. Lovely, isn't it? Pick an orange patch there. And then there's a light white patch there. Let's see what we have here. It's not bad, is it? But it doesn't look anywhere close to what we want to get to, is it? So what can we do? Well, in the time available, I'm going to go ahead, and I hope you can too, just zoom in and take the brush to about 8%, half of what you started with. It's a good rule of thumb. And then just do the little nuances of the color tones, right? Let's take it down even more. Let's take it down to 6.8. Look, there. I'm going to get these orange, and then I can keep on. See that color there? I spotted that. And then let's pick another. We won't do the creative yet. I'll show you. You can see that we went over it with a bigger brush, and now we have a much more a smaller brush, so we can get into the details here, tones. This is like an infinite color pot. Trust me, the traditional artists would be really jealous. They think it's all technical when you come to. They believe it's all too technical in digital, but it's actually they completely read it wrong. It's all done by hand. And many people in this world, even not just you, but even some of the people in the art world, in their profession have still don't believe in the value of digital art. I mean, they will once people start painting like this. So can you see how I'm getting the various tones? There. I'm just going around and picking up these smaller tones with this big brush, 6-1. You know, all the areas. See that? That's supposed to be white, and then you get that dark area here. So we just take that around. We're not worried about the microscopic detail, but here you can see that there, and then here, little white. Not worried exactly. There's the white here. A little white. It looks white, but it's actually not white at all. Let's see, anywhere you can see where you can improve it. And then we'll have a mountain scene that a little bit more, in tune with what people are used to when they look up at a huge, beautiful mountain scene like this, yeah? So here, now it gets merged with the clouds there. All right, very well. It's a big mountain range, isn't it? This is still big for what we want to do, but we can come back to it. It's digital. That's the beauty of digital, is that so. See that these colors, they're quite darker than what we had before. So we can add this. So now we have layers of colors and tones that give more realism to the mountain. Hopefully, when we zoom out, we'll be able to see what we've done here. There, look at that color. It's wonderful color, isn't it? There. See, this does not require drawing experience. Right? It's not difficult. If you think it's difficult, it's because you've always got this mindset that from a little kid that all these kids were good. Especially some of them will be a little arrogant, obnoxious. Just because they're little more, they'll show off and tell everyone, yeah, I was born with this talent, you were not. So you can practice on here and show them that they were just telling a tale, boosting their ego. So let's have a look. Isn't that great, isn't it, how we picked mountains? Isn't that lovely? Yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. And then, in fact, I'm going to keep going down, and we're going to look at that. A beautiful cabin. We can get to that later, but let's work our way down. Let's do these lovely patches of white there, okay? And then add more realism to this. Why not, okay? So, again, in the middle position, there's more blue obviously there, but let's just pick these areas of that there. Okay. Anywhere you see that, just follow your eyes. Don't overthink this. Don't get too carried away with, ooh, I need to fit it exactly into where it should be. So free flow art should free flow. Look how we get to the cabin. With the zoom feature, we can really get details of this work. Right now, I'm just following my eyes and following my nose, with that color there. There's another color there, so I'm just going to sprinkle that all over. And then here, white patch, brown patch. Let's see what we got here, actually. Yes, it's looking good. It's all right. This is again beginning to look like a David Hockney. So now let's come here and look at this lake. See that lake? It sort of looks like a yellow, but in fact it's sort of a greenish color. Well, let's just add that. And how are we going to do that? Let's make this lake a little bigger. Come on. It's going to be coming somewhere. And, at the moment it's hidden away, but we want to bring out this beauty of this massive volume of water. Okay, now we've gone into the cabin, which we don't want, but that's all right. That's all right. Now, wonderful. So let's save that, and I might actually have a longer break, giving a chance, to spend a bit more time with my daughter, getting ready for school. So here, so 6.83. Let's take it half of that, because that cabin is small. We can't. Remember, if we use that brush that we had, look how big it is. We won't be able to get the nooks and crannies, yeah? So we're going to take that down to 3%, okay? And then just follow your thing, yeah? There. Look at that wonderful color we got. And now let's pick that lovely color of that pink. It's so lovely, isn't it? It's a very lovely cabin. And then we have that brown. Remember, wherever you land will be that color of that. And let's just go along here. Right. And then this. Picking those dark colors. Can you see of the cabin? Right there. And then you can rotate it. That's the beauty of it. You know how people rotate the paper? You can rotate the image. You don't have to rotate the phone. The phone is always there. Let's pick that brown color. There. 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 And then the edge of that barn. And then we could check out what we have here. Oh, lovely, isn't it? That looks like a cabin on a... It's beginning to look already like that. So again, I cannot see why David Hockney likes to paint like this. It's making me want to paint like this, because normally I shoot for realism. But when it comes to art, anything works. And if people like this thing, why not? We'll do David Hockney. Maybe everyone will come to us. Now I'm going to show you something very interesting with regards to this foreground grass. Yeah, what would I do? I'm stick to the same brush, but I'm picking some of these dark colors, the strokes, the brush strokes. Yeah, that's all I'm doing. Right, and I'm still using the these colors that happened in the original, okay? I did that in yesterday's drawing of the snow cabin. Look at this. We're going to go that here and use the same tone and then pick up the dark, pick up the light yellow. Just use an up and down stroke. Yeah, there. There. And go all the way across there. So at least we filled most of our areas here. Okay, so get a big substantial brush. Still, but you'll find your brush becomes too big as you get better and better at this. Even in one drawing session, you'll be shocked how quickly you can pick up these important skills that are important to drawing. So that color, pick that green color and pick this color here. Look at that vibrant green. Right there. And you can see what it looks like here. Picked all these colors. Let's see. See, it looks like a green patch. It's actually coming out nicely, isn't it? Now let's see what we have here. Well, obviously those things here is from the previous barn that I cropped, so obviously I'm not going to put that. Maybe I'll put a fence around it. Who knows, yeah? Let's put a fence around this, yeah? Use that. Let's save this. I'm going to put a fence around this. Let's save it and then I'm going to open it again because this is a prototype map I'm working on. So I'm going to take advantage of these colors and then put a lovely fence around this. Let's pick this color as the fence and then let's see, let's put a fence. Yeah. If you don't like it, it might be, has to be like little. And then let's make that fence somehow disappear into the back. Yeah, let's have a look. Yeah, how does that look? Yeah, it's looking good. And then we can keep adding details. And then let's make that lake come out a little bit. As though it's coming out. Okay. And then we can put a fence, make that fence go around like it's going into the water. Why not, right? There, like you've got this nice little encapsulated area of the barn, and probably to keep the horses in or something, and who knows. Right, so, and then we can add probably a tree. Maybe let's add a tree, okay? That's over here. This is a Bob Ross style of painting, isn't it? So this is where I was telling people that I can get a little bit darker. Right, let's have a look. Nice, isn't it? I think it's looking good, but we're not anywhere near there. We're going to keep improving it, and then we get it to, something which is reasonably good that people can say, yeah, a nice little painting here. There's that. It's so lovely. And you got that lovely lake scene. You can see how this is all going to start developing. And then we're going to add more realism into it. And it looks just lovely, isn't it? Yeah. So then we can add lots of patches. And realism is all down to tones. And that's what I'm going to show you. So I'm taking you digital drawing in a direction because I'm already up there in terms of realism. I can see realism differently to what people, and then coupled with my art techniques, that's why I can create very impressive drawing. And I think this kind of paintings are beyond the reach of most people, but this approach will probably work for hopefully quite a few people. And if you give me the proper feedback and tell me if this is following what I'm doing here, then yeah, you know, then we can then I can bring you more of these. So there you are. So this is the first part one. I'm going to stop here and I'm going to do part two in about 15 minutes in 10 GMT. And you'll find the link on the description of the session you're on now, or alternatively, you can go to back to that paintology.com page and click on the pink button, daily step by step, and you'll see the link of part two there coming up 9 GMT in about 15 minutes. So I'm gonna get ready. So I'll be back in about 15 minutes. So enjoy your break, and I'll see you shortly. Thank you. Bye.